Hi everyone! Welcome to part one of the resume writing workshop. My name is Rose and I'm the career navigator for the Jeffco Adult ESL program. Today we are going to be talking about the best practices for resume writing based on the research carried out by the American Job Center. The American Job Center has found that if you follow these guidelines, it will give you the best chance of getting your resume noticed. If you've never written a resume before, or if you have a resume but you're not getting interviews, try writing one using these tips. First, let's think about what a resume is. I encourage you to pause the video and think about this for a moment. Okay, I hope you've had a chance to reflect on the question. A resume is a document like the one you see here. It shows your future employer the skills that you have and the things you've accomplished that are related to the job you are applying for. It's really an advertisement of you. Okay, now that we know what a resume is, I want you to think about what is the purpose of a resume. Pause the video and think about the question. The purpose of a resume is to win an interview. If you're applying to a lot of positions and you're not getting called for an interview, then you need to rewrite your resume. However, if you are getting interviews but no job offers, then your resume is fine. It's your interview skills that you need to work on. Another question I hear a lot is, do I really need a resume? So think about that for a moment. What do you think? Do you really need a resume? Some people may say, I'm not looking for a very technical job. I want a job stocking shelves in a store. Do I really need a resume? The answer is yes, you do. Most jobs today require you to have a resume with your application. So if you want a job, you need a resume. Reflect on this question now. When is the best time to start writing my resume? The short answer is now. Some may some people may say, but I'm not looking for a job now. But actually, the best time to start writing your resume is before you want a new job. Searching for a new job can take a lot of time. If you have a resume ready, it will be much easier. If you write it before you are looking for a job, it's easier to remember all of the things that you've accomplished at other jobs or duties you've had in your home. You never know what the future will bring. You might need a new job sooner than you think. Another reflection question. How have computers changed the way we write resumes? Think about that for a moment. There are two main ways computers have changed the way we write resumes. One is that computers have made it much easier for people to apply to one position, so employers get many more applications for one position. Sometimes they will get dozens or even hundreds of applications. This means that the employer does not have time to read a long resume, and it also means that you have more competition than before. So it's important that your resume really stands out. The other way computers have changed the way we write resumes is that many companies today use what we call an ATS, or Applicant Tracking System. This is a computer system that looks for keywords in your resume and automatically rejects resumes based on a criteria that the employer sets. This means that if you're not careful, your resume may get rejected before a person even looks at it. Okay, now let's talk about how to begin your resume. You want to start with a blank Google document, or you could use a blank Word document. It doesn't matter which you use. I prefer a Google document because then I can access it from anywhere with an internet connection. But if you're more comfortable with Microsoft Word or another word processing application, that's fine too. What's important is not use a template. There are many sites online where you can put in your information and the website will format it for you. And you may think, oh, that's great. It's so easy. But don't be tempted to do that. For one, it looks unprofessional, like you did it because you were not able to format it yourself. And more importantly, if the company is using an applicant tracking system, it often will not be able to read resumes that came from a template. This is also true for the templates that you find on Microsoft Word or Google Documents. The ATS, or applicant tracking system, also will not be able to read text boxes. So don't use them to try and make your resume look pretty. You really want to make your resume stand out with your skills and accomplishments, not by making it look pretty. Okay, now let's talk about your resume heading. This is the part of your resume with your name and contact information. In the description of this video, I have linked some resume examples that you can look at. First, your name is going to be centered at the top of the page. It's going to be bold and in 16-point font. Okay, next, your contact information is going to be right underneath your name in 14-point font. It's not going to be bold. Okay, now let's talk about some things to avoid in your resume heading. First, don't put a photo of yourself in your resume. This takes up too much space. It looks unprofessional, and if the employer doesn't like the way you look, they may reject you and say it was for another reason. You want the employer to focus on your skills and accomplishments, not the way you look. Something else that has changed in the last 10 years of resume writing is that we no longer put our home address on the resume. It's unnecessary because the employer will not contact you by paper mail. So at best, it just takes up space. And at worst, the employer may reject you if you live far away because they may think that you'll miss work when the weather is bad. Another thing that has changed about resume writing is that we no longer put a career objective or goal on the resume. This is too focused on what you want and not what the employer wants. What we want to put instead of a career goal or objective is a skill summary or summary of qualifications. This focuses on what the employer wants, not what you want. It is a highlight of the strongest skills you have for the position. You can read example of skill summaries in the document that I have linked in the description. Now let's talk about how to write a skill summary paragraph. If you know what job you're applying for, read the job post. If you don't have a specific job in mind, then go to www.onetonline.org. Then type in the job you want to get. Click on the job. Read the summary report for the job and think about when you have done the tasks or used the skills they describe. Next, you want to look at the adjectives on the handout that I have linked in the description. You're going to circle the ones that are important for the job based on the description that you read before. Then you want to highlight ones that you circled that also describe you. On your handout, you'll find an outline for a skill summary paragraph. So what this outline looks like is we have an adjective and adjective plus the job title. So for example, we might have adventurous. No, maybe not adventurous. How about, let's just say we have detail-oriented and dedicated cashier with 7+ years of experience. Then you're going to write the skills, activities, tasks on the job posting that matches your experience. Then you'll write strengths focused on, and then you'll pick another item on the job post that you found that also fits your experience. Then you'll say additional experience in, and you'll choose another item on the job post that fits your experience and put it here. Okay, let's look at this example and see if we can pick out the pattern in this example of a skill summary. So we have highly ambitious and driven paraprofessional with 5+ years extensive experience working with children from different backgrounds. Strengths focus on handling students with learning assistance and physical needs. Proven record of maintaining the privacy of clients, staff, and records. Additional experience in working with children with special needs as a registered nurse in Argentina. In case you don't know, a paraprofessional is the same as a teacher's assistant. Okay, first we have the two adjectives, ambitious and driven. Then we have the number of years that they've been doing something related to that position. Then we see they say strengths focus on, and then additional experience. And again, after after 5 years extensive experience, we have working with children from different backgrounds. That's something that would have been on the job posting. And same with handling students with learning assistance and physical needs. This person took this directly from the job advertisement. Proven record of maintaining privacy of clients, staff, and records. That was on the job post. And working with children with special needs, that was on the job post too. All right. Now, I challenge you to write your own skill summary using the outline and the words from the job posting that you chose. You can print out the handout that I gave you and write it there if you want, or you can write it just in a notebook, or if you're feeling up for it, you can go ahead and start writing your resume in a Google document or a Microsoft Word document. Now you have everything that you need to know to begin your resume. If you are currently enrolled in classes in the Jeffco Adult ESL program, you can make an appointment with me. I can help you set up the document or answer any questions that you have. Once you make your skill summary paragraph, you really should have someone look at it to make sure that your spelling and grammar look okay. If you don't have my contact information already, ask your teacher and they can give it to you. If you're not currently enrolled in our classes, register today. You can call 303-982-5221 to register. We have English classes from beginning to advanced levels, and we have highly professional teachers teaching every class, and they are a lot of fun. We have morning and evening classes in a lot of locations all over Jefferson County, Colorado. We also have adult basic education classes where we teach math and reading and writing. So if you're trying to improve your math skills or your reading and writing, this is a perfect place to come, especially if you are studying to get your GED. So I really encourage you to come join us for that. All right, thank you for watching part 1 of the resume writing workshop. I will record part 2 as soon as I have time. We'll see you in class.